Hey there, happy Thursday. Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroideries for beginners, and I'm here in the evenings at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So tonight we are continuing to sandwich our blocks together, prep them for quilting. We're getting all prepped for next month. This is actually going to be my last day this week, and then I'm off next week, and I'll be back the week after that in March. So this is our last night to hang out for a little while, and I'm going to finish prepping the blocks just so we're all ready for March. And then I thought we could kind of go through my little scrap bin or like all my like little bits of floss and maybe make that into a pom-pom, just kind of clear my work tray because we don't need that anymore because we're done with these blocks. So, all right, let's get going. Okay, hello everyone. All right, there we are. So this is, again, what we're working on tonight. We're just continuing from last night. So I have the back fabric. We're gonna flip that around. We only have 3 more of these to do. Then let's get some fuzzles out of the way. Our batting with the fleck side towards the back. Hope everyone is having a lovely evening. I spent the evening just knitting on my blankie some more, that knit blanket that I showed last night. All right, let's frame this guy up a little bit here. Here's that one that we added, the little baby. That looks pretty centered. All right, I'm just drawing my little guide on with my template here. This is just to help us know when we're quilting, like if we're in the area, because the blocks are going to end up being this size. So like, I know a lot of times we've been creative with our quilting, so I want to make sure that everything's contained within there. There we go. And now let's throw some pins on it. It's not going to be the final cut line. We'll do that with a ruler, but it's a good like starting point. It's just a helpful visual. Right here. So again, in March, we will full-blown go ahead and quilt all of these. We counted last night. We have 11 blocks that we need to quilt yet. And I want to get those all quilted and out of the way, including, we also need to do the 4 corners. Jenna had a good idea for one of those corners. I'll tell you that. And then I haven't decided on like motif or anything for that yet. I figure we'll do those kind of last. So actually there's 15 blocks that we have to do then. But I'm thinking that shouldn't take all of March, right? That'll take like the first week or the first week tops, I think. I think it might even take less than that. Because we were doing like 4 of these at a time for a little while there. But anyway, so 15 blocks. I want to get all that quilting completely out of the way. All right, he's done. Completely out of the way, because then I can change my whole setup here. I can put get my machine out, and we won't have to like use anything else like the iron or cutting mat or anything like that. I can just have my machine, and we can just go and start quilting without any other little mini interruptions in that. But I want to finish it all because then I can clean that setup away, because to actually work on the quilt, like to assemble the quilt, I'm going to actually need the other sewing machine. So that's a whole different setup here. So we'll be doing one task at a time, I think, which is good. I'm kind of at that point in the project where it's like practically done, like it's getting there, right? And I just want to like get each thing, like each next thing done is like a new win, right? Before, if I separated a bunch of things, it felt like I was finishing a lot, but now I'm just like, let's chunk all these things together and finish it. All right, that guy. I do want to see when we're done here, like we'll get our stack all ready, and I do want to see if there was any more handwork to do on the quilt. I can't quite remember. We'll stick one right above him too. Hope everyone had a nice Thursday. This guy was kind of fun to do too. The last one I have here to do is the unicorn, and that one was so fun. We used metallic thread for that one. That one will be fun to stitch. All right, that guy's done. And one more. Did we get a heap of snow? We did. We didn't get the like 22 inches or whatever, but we did get like, I think, a good foot. John had a hard time opening the door. He shoveled this afternoon. Not shoveled, he snow plowed. Could have been worse, but that seemed like a lot to actually get the 22 inches. Like, I mean, that's just a lot. Oh, look how cute this guy is. Well, that was just like yesterday. So yesterday we got like the foot, and then the day before that we got like maybe 4 inches or so. But this morning I couldn't even, like, I was looking outside and I couldn't even like tell where the sidewalk stopped and the driveway started because it was just like blinding snow. Diffused, like, blinding snow. All right. Great. I don't think we actually need this anymore. Oh, well, we might for we do have the 4 corners yet, so again, I haven't really decided what to do for that yet. Oh, but the idea that Jenna had was the back of one of those 4 corners we could do in one of these muslin pieces, and that could be our quilt label. So we could actually build our quilt label into one of the corners, and it'll be like on the back, if that makes sense. And I really like that idea, because then the label gets done right away, because that's always the thing that I hate doing when I'm done, because once I do the binding in my head, I'm done, but then I remember, oh, I gotta do a quilt label. So this way I'd get the quilt label done sooner. So like next month we could decide like what we want to say and that sort of thing. But I like the idea of having that on the back. But then for the other 4 corners, like I gotta decide if I want like a pattern, like I kind of like having, this fabric on the front for the 4 corners, versus having just like the muslin, and then I like, do decorative stitching or whatever. I kind of like the pattern being for the 4 corners, but then I don't know what to do for quilting. So I don't know. And I also have to I also have to cut some more if I'm going to do that, which is fine. I gotta check out like what fabrics I have left over and that sort of thing. I know we'll have to cut more sashing pieces, but I figure we just cut that as we go, because I just kind of randomly just cut a bunch. So I don't know how much more we'll need. So when we run out of that, we'll just cut more. I know I saved all the fabric from this project, and it's near me here. All right, that's that, you guys. Let's just take a look at everything. Gather it all up so I can put it away for the rest of the month. we're doing like the full kind of cleanup this evening, I think. Our little reset. So, okay. So here's the other idea, was that we could, here's my little practice piece actually too, which would be kind of fun as a border, a border piece, just to include it as part of the process of the quilt, but I don't know about that. But the other idea was that we have a piece like this, and then I couch yarn down, like do like a few little of like this, but you know, it would be machine quilted directly on to the muslin to like our quilt square, which I do kind of still like this idea because I think this is really pretty with the yarn. Oh my gosh, we could almost even like use some of the colors that I'm using in the blankie right now. I'll have to think about that. I kind of like this idea. But anyway, so here's, I'm gonna kind of still group that so I don't forget about that. Again, here's our design. This is what I'm saying by the four corners. we need some four corners there yet. Okay, and then I'm gonna just kind of organize this name more. Okay, so I have two pieces of this. I'm gonna put all my excess stuff to the side for now. Here's my clipboard. This is to help, I need to keep the dry erase marker around. This is where we practice drawing whatever we're quilting before doing it. And okay, now here are the letters. So these are all the unfinished ones. Let me add this to the stack and we'll just get a little organized here. So gonna flip these all on top of each other and then we can take a peek at them all again. I'm just stacking them nicely. I just want to make sure that all the ones that we're quilting, just double checking that they're prepped and then kind of separating them from the rest. Oh, I forgot about Mr. Turtle already. So cute. Okay. But yeah, I do want to just take note of how many like back pieces I have left, because then I can get that out and maybe like cut some of what we need beforehand, before March. That'd be nice. Oh, another little baby. This one's always a surprise when I flip to it. I'm like, oh yeah, I like the little raccoon guy. Okay, so now we have our quilted ones. So, all right, so here's my stack of unquilted. I'm going to set that aside too. Just making like little work piles here. Okay, and now these are the ones that are quilted. Oh, I guess not. There's more batting and stuff. So here's my batting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I needed that for the corners. I needed 4 backs for the corners. All right, we got that organized. Okay, and then our finished quilting thing. So this P can go with that. So these are ones that are already finished quilting, but not partially assembled in the quilt yet. Oh, a little line, his little hairs. Okay, ooh, that guy's not in the quilt yet either. Okay, so that's a bundle that we won't have to do anything with right away. And then this is what we already have done. So these are assembled. So like here's the top row minus the corner. So we don't have the corners on these guys yet. So we got to do that. All right. So this can be like the most out of the way thing. We're not going to need these guys for a while. And then this is row 2. We have done. Oh, but I did want to see if we were finished stitching the sashing on these. So row 2. It'll be interesting to see, since we went in order, it'll be interesting to see like how we progressed. Like I think our characters are going to get like more and more decorative and more different as we go. Okay, that's already stitched. Oh, it looks like we've already stitched all of these backs. Okay, so we are actually caught up with our hand stitching. That's kind of what I was wondering. Okay, good. So caught up with the hand stitching. So we'll start all that when we do the like actual assembly of the quilt. And these are extra pieces, and it looks like these are extra pieces. So I know I'm not going to need these 2 batting pieces, so I'm going to set those aside. I'll just like put those away. Let me throw them back here. And then we have one more of these if we want this to be a front, but I would need to do like 3 more of these. So what I might do is cut 3 more of these, and then I have these 2 spare front pieces. I might get 2 more of these, or maybe even, oh, actually, you know what? If we do, so if these are for the back pieces, if one of the backs is actually a muslin piece, so as if we flipped our things around, so instead of, like, this would be the front, and then this would be the back, for the corner, for the one corner piece, then this would be, like, our label. So that would mean I would only need 2 more of these pieces, potentially. So, all right. So 2 more of those pieces, and then potentially 3 more of these. So I think I'll just gather those so they're available for March, and then we'll know. Then we can make decisions later, and I'm actually going to write that down. Let's get a new page here. Okay, so I'm gonna need 2 more back, I don't know, safari pattern fabrics. And then I'm gonna need, I think it might be 3, I forget, 3 more muslin pieces. And I have those cut already. But I'll need the 2 more of the safari fabric patterns for sure. I think I don't know if I actually started a project sheet for this, Lynn. I know I do have a project planner sheet, but I don't have any. It's not within arm's reach. I should have had one of those running this entire time, but oh well. Okay, so, and then I have all sorts of these little sashing pieces. This was just from scraps of that same collection I had, and some of them are longer. These are actually strike-off pieces, so these are like what gets produced before the final fabric's printed, and I just have it still and thought I'd use it up as fabric. Using up all the things. So I'm just gonna leave those in here. I'm guessing we'll need more of these at some point, but I'm gonna just use them up and then we can print more or cut more. So I think that's that. I'm gonna stick this guy back in here and these, because those are like stage 2. The first thing we're gonna need, you know what? And then I think all my decisions, which are right here, I'll offset it a little bit like this. So these are all the things, these are the corners that I don't know what we're doing exactly with yet. I'm gonna leave this with the corners. And actually I'm gonna leave my template piece with the corners as well, because that's what that will get used for later. So these are question marks that we need to decide on yet. We'll let that be. And then, actually, let's just throw this guy in there too. And then this is our next step wow, this just feels like it's not gonna close anymore, but this is our next step. So we have our 11 blocks all ready to go to quilt. Then we gotta make the decisions and then quilt the corner pieces. And after that, then we can clean up our whole area here. I can put the sewing machine away and then reboot and get my other sewing machine out that can sew straight stitches, and we'll start cutting these and assembling them. So those are the steps. I'm gonna throw the this guy on top. This again is where we can test our designs out. And that is that. I think maybe I'll throw the pen right on top there too. Okay, this barely stays shut, but we got it. So, all right, that's that. And then all we have left Oh, you know what? I should put my little to-do thing on top. I'm gonna leave this out because I might look right now, like when we're done, to see if I have some of these and gather the things. So I'm just gonna actually leave that right with the deal, and then let's throw the rest of our little garbage away from yesterday. I want to address my little tray here. So this has been the project tray for this whole project, and I don't really need it anymore because it's all my like embroidery stuff. So I thought we could clean this whole thing off, and it can be used fresh for a whole another project. And I think I'm going to start with the garbage. So the garbage for this project I've put into a little like Christmas ornament here, and I think this just pops out. Yeah. So I figured let's, I stuffed it all in when this got really full, but we got some more, and I just want to stuff the rest in there. But I kind of almost want to like label this too with the project. I wonder if we can shimmy it around in there a little bit. Floof it up in the middle there. There, so I think this is cute. I love the idea that this is all the scraps from the project, which really doesn't look like much, right? I mean, you know, this is scraps, but we're gonna do something else with that. I'd like to turn that into a little pom-pom. Oh, Sally said I started filling an ornament too. It's just so fun. And I've seen online where someone took a, you know, like one of those silver Sharpies or something, and then wrote the project like in pretty cursive and stuff. I don't know if I'd be able to do all that, but like they wrote the project and the year on it, and I kind of love that idea. So maybe we'll have to revisit that, or maybe I'll have to do just like a little video on that or something coming up. But all right, so I have that. I'm gonna just put him to the side for now. I don't want him to break. But there, that's one thing cleaned up. I'll probably like wipe all this out and stuff when I'm done because it's a little got fuzzles and stuff. All right, the scissors. I think we can box him up again. We'll need a scissors obviously for quilting and stuff, but I can just grab any scissors. So I'm just gonna shush this out of the way for now. There we go. I just hung it on my wall. Don't need, oh gosh, actually, is this the color that we've been quilting with? I better leave this out. We might, I'll put this in the bin. Oh, actually, no, I see it. We've been using oh wait, have we been using this? I have to check, because I have one more darker orange color, and I don't know which one goes with the quilting, but it must be this one, right? Because this is the one that, yeah, this must be the one that we're quilting with. Huh, but my quilting machine has a different color on too. I'm gonna have to check on this, so I don't know what color we're using for quilting. Let's just actually write that on my list. Which Aurifil thread color do we use for quilting? All right, so another little to-do. Okay, and then the floss scent we can put away for another project. The needle minder we can, where's the back? Oh, both of them are here. I'm like, where's the other magnet? But it's on there. So that I'm just gonna stick on my wall for the next project. And then here are my finished empty bobbins that we emptied for this project. Here's some more kind of scraps. We'll just add that to the scrap pile. And then I think I'll add all of these to the scrap pile as well. Oh, and our little needle threader can hang out somewhere else as well. Okay, and then all of these guys we will add to this pile here. And then these guys I can put away. And I'll empty these and put all of these away. I have an area where I have empty bobbins that I can reuse. So, all right, I will wipe this off just to get rid of all the little fuzzles and stuff. And now I have an empty project tray ready to use for the next project. But he served us well this past year, I think. The little strawberry. It's kind of crazy to see him all empty. Little strawberry. Okay, so I think what I want to do with this is just turn it into a pom-pom, and we can almost maybe just keep that with the ornament, maybe. Okay, so here's my scrap floss bin. Like whenever I finish a project, like one of the embroidery of the months or something, I just kind of throw it in here. But I do use these for the doilies. So Amy's saying because they're 6 strands, should they go in the doilies? I think I have plenty in here for the doilies. And actually, I'm seeing I have other other pom-pom. These are my pom-pom makers. I have other ones filled. So when they weren't 6 strands, I pulled out the 6 strand ones for the doilies that I'm crocheting, and anything that wasn't 6 strands, I just started wrapping on a pom-pom, and this guy actually looks like he's done. So here's another one that, oops, ugh, fine. This is another one that I just started, so this one I'll keep in here. Here's a little baby one. That's not gonna get us too far, I don't think. I think I'm gonna jump right to this big one. Although I do really like this size. I think this might be like too little for this. We could also do like a pile of small ones. Or I could cut this one and be done with this one and then use this size, which is my favorite size, and I think which might work best for this. I think let's maybe do that. So we'll finish this and start a new one today. So I'm gonna just grab, from my scrap in here, let's just do some red that's not 6 strands, so we'll use that. So we'll have like both parts of the process of this, but just not in order. So here's what you do next on this one. So let me show you what this looks like beforehand. So we have 2 sides to this contraption. Here's it empty. So you can close both of these sides, and these actually move separately. But that's so it kind of makes like a divot on the side here, a divot here. But you're wrapping thread around these like half moon shapes. So you get like that, and then you can close them both up. I really like kind of try and get it as much as I can on there. And next up, we take our scissors. I use my like sharpest, best scissors for this. So that's my Kai scissors here. And we are going to put our like scissors in that divot. I'm just gonna start on this side. And we are gonna just trim all the way around here. We're gonna make a huge mess here too. I won't shape it all and everything because I want to work on our new one, but again, just for the sake of clearing this one, so I can use the maker again, this size pom-pom maker. But there we've cut a hole, like we've cut all the way through like that like canal. Now we need to do the other side. I'm not opening it anymore at this point because it'll all come apart. So because I have like the best scissors ever, I'm able to go through all these at once. You may not be able to do that. So you just have to like keep going through layers till you've made it all the way through. But there we go. We're all the way through on both sides. And now I'm going to take this little piece of extra thread and I'm going to put it into, the little canal that we created. I'm going to bring them up to the side like this. So we are in that canal. You can see it in there. And now I'm just going to pull. And what that's doing is bringing my thread to the center. So you can't see it here anymore. I got sucked into the center. And I'm going to tie that in a knot. Just do like a couple knots there. Guys, I have not done this in a long time. This is going to be fun. All right. And do another one. A little square knot thing. Okay. And then I can open this up. Just like pop these guys out of here one arm at a time now. There's that one. Let's do this side. 1, 2. And here's our strand that we pulled. This is what's holding it together in the middle. And then if you grab both sides, so we're grabbing both sides, and you're gonna pull them apart, it's gonna feel like you're breaking it, but you're not. It's meant to do this, so. Ooh, there we go. You can see there's a little pin there. Let's put that back together. And now he's ready to go for our project here. That's what I wanted that for. And, you know, we got our two little flat sides here. We just kind of can shake this up now. Makes a mess. You can shush it all together. And then at this point, you know, you can kind of get the sense of it now. I'm holding it by that string that we tied in the middle. But this is just a whole pile of excess floss, and it's not super circular or anything right now. This is when I can go around and like give it a haircut. You know, see, we got some long pieces. It's a little misshapen and oval. I will go around and cut this, but I'm not going to do that now because I want to get started on our one for this project. So that's all of our guys here, and I think I'm going to start with I'm just opening one side of this. I'm going to start with the bits that are on the bobbin yet, and I think I'm just going to grab all of these threads at once and wind them all until they empty. And then I'll move on to this. I don't think we'll get this quite done, but this takes, when you're using a really fat yarn, this goes like in 2 minutes, but like when you're using tiny little threads like this, it takes forever to wind on these spools. So I don't know if we'll get done. Oh, Anna is asking, do you sell the pom-pom makers and what scissors are they? We do sell the pom-pom makers. They come in a set of 2, so they come in the extra large, and the large is one set, and then this super small dude here, and oh, this guy. This is the one that we're not quite done yet. I forgot about him. So this one is the other set. So you got the large ones or the little ones, and they're just to make different sizes, and they're so cute and so fun to make. But yeah, if you do it with fat, bulky yarn, you can make a whole pile of these real quick. Okay, let's see. I think we'll hold it with my right hand here. I'm just trying to hold these two fellers together, and I'm just gonna hold this up at the top here, and we can just start wrapping around and around. And look, I'm already finished one. Perfect. And don't worry where the thread like stops or starts. It's not gonna matter ultimately. Just keep wrapping until you know, you got it all on there. So I got three done. One more, and now I'm just down to the fawn color. Ooh, let's pull on that gray a little bit more. I try and like hold down the other ends with the other piece, and we're gonna go all the way to the ends for this. But you know, we got lots of thread to do this with. But there, that's our first bit. We're done with these, so I can put all of these away tonight. That will feel so nice. Man, it's like we're wrapping up this fun little project. It feels so weird. Like we've literally been working on this for over a year. Okay, and then I got, you know, all these guys to go through, and I think I'm gonna start the easy way. Let's just start with some of these ones that are still like in skein mode. The trick is that this is gonna just, we got like such a big tangle of stuff here that we might have to be dealing with piles of tangles as we go, but whatever. Just gonna grab what I can grab all at once and hope that I don't get like giant knots here. Let's add this blue right away. He's just chilling here. All right, let's deal with this. And I'm just gonna hold it up there with my finger again and just kind of wrap it all down. Get to the corners here. And again, we want it nice and fat like the last one was. So kind of like how this side one I think is done. I'm gonna wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap till I got like a full like half moon here. Like I'm gonna fill in the shape. Like I think the more you can get on here, the floofier and more dense your piece is gonna be. But like, see how we have like this big arc here yet? I want to try and get that completely filled in. However, I don't know. Maybe I won't do that for this particular one, just because I want to make sure that, like, I just kind of want to use the thread here, unless it's really obvious that I don't have a lot. So actually, so normally I would do all of one side and then I would do the other side, but maybe I should be trading off, just so I have like an even amount going on each thing. So maybe after this thread, I'll close this side and then work on the other side. You don't want any knots in here. So like if a little knot shows up, I'm gonna just like try and cut it out. Because later I'm gonna run a brush through all of this, which is gonna separate all the threads and make it like nice and silky and fun. And if there's a knot in there, then it's gonna be a problem. I'm not gonna be able to brush through the knot. All right, so I am gonna just close that side. Oh my gosh, you guys, my hands are just slippery or something today. I'm gonna open up the other side, and our next threads we'll put on that side. So I'm just gonna grab what seems easy here. And I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of try and pull stuff out of the cloud here, and see some of these little pieces. I don't know if we need to keep. We're just gonna put some of these pieces together. And you can go one at a time, but I think this is just gonna speed things up by just like grabbing a bunch all at once, but it might also make like lots of knots, but hopefully not. Maybe I'll just do this many and then I'll grab some more. Being totally random. It's tricky when you first start because these guys don't want to stay together. Our two little half moons. Kind of pretty colors together. Again, you don't have to mind too much about the little loose ends. You know, there's a loose end here. That'll all just fall off when we're done. All right. Grab some more. And this is why this is going to take a while, because you do have to do all these, and we got so much thread here. But we have 20 minutes to chill here yet. Fun little, I just like this way of using up floss and this just can hang out with the ornament when we're done. All this pretty thread. And actually not all of this was used for this project. This, again, we ran out of all of our floss, like our cloud of floss when we did the lion's mane. All that turkey work stitching. All right, let's do this bunch. Look at these pretty colors. I would stitch something these colors. The gray with those oranges and yellows. A little bit of that green. That's pretty. Oops, I'm gonna start a little higher here. But some of this was Jenna's scraps from stitching all the embroidery of the months last year. So we start new skeins of floss whenever we test those, just so we can measure how much thread we use and stuff. Make sure we're including enough in the kits. So we had a lot of extra little bits of it. So I'm just gonna try and fill this as much as what I did this side, and then we'll switch back to the other side maybe. Or, you know, maybe we'll do a little bit more and then like equalize it on that side. That's probably what we'll do. Oh gosh, this is a long piece. Okay. Well, this might be messy, but I don't know. It's going fine. Some of this I gotta like completely undo before I can use it. Oh, this is actually two pieces. Wouldn't have known that. Okay. These are being kind of unruly, so I'm just going to do them right now. Ooh. They're pretty colors together too. Man, all these color combinations that I don't usually use, I think. Like the deep purple and the deep pink are kind of pretty together. Okay. Grab this big yellow piece. So satisfying to use it up this way. Oh, look at this big chunk of white. Mess here. And angle it. Okay, I'm not gonna mess around. I'm gonna do this right away. Okay. Oh, Cassie's asking, what are the pom-poms for? All I'm doing is using up. We finished all the embroidery on the ABC project, and this is all my leftover floss from it. And I just like doing this sometimes with my leftover floss from projects. Just turn them into little pom-poms. I have no reason for this. It is just a way to use up my crazy bundle here. But I don't know, I'm kind of thinking it'd be like cute as like a Christmas ornament or something. Or just, I don't know. Hang it up, that would be a decorative reminder of the quilt, that sort of thing. Oh, Marielle's asking, hi Alyssa, how are you and the baby doing? Loving the color on this project. Theoretically doing good, I suppose. Our next appointment, this is kind of like a big gap in appointments. We have a whole month in between appointments. So in 2 weeks, or a week and a half or something, 2 weeks, I think, I don't remember. 2 weeks, I will have my next appointment, and I think that's kind of a bigger appointment, like they're testing for a lot of things, and it's the third trimester starting appointment. So third trimester, people, that's, I don't know, scaring me a little bit, but that's where we're at with that. So that's yeah, like I said, like 2 weeks or a week and a half or something is that appointment. And then that's an ultrasound appointment too, so we'll get a see baby again. But as far as I know, everything is perfectly lovely and fine still. How many weeks am I? I think, God, you guys, I just like, I'm losing track because we were doing all this construction and other stuff. I think I'm at like 26-ish now. 26 or 27 or something. I think 28 starts the third trimester. So we're getting close to that. Crazy. That's what's going on here. Oh, look at this. This is all pretty next to the white. See, so many fun color combinations. So now we're getting like quite a bit on here. This is a nice big chunk. So I might, after this thread, I might switch over to the other side again. We still don't have a name. We still don't know anything. Those are all my third trimester problems that I've been pushing aside. Oh yeah, let's do this side again. But, you know, that's coming up now, so now we're gonna have to, like, consider all those things again. Oh, yep, Colleen, it is a girl, so we are having a little girl. Which is just crazy, too. John and his dad and uncle, they've been coming here for a few weeks at a time, or like a week at a time, and then going back home for a little bit. Um, we are remodeling our upstairs, which is just like a half-story attic sort of space, which is where our bedroom was. But we're remodeling it so it can have like a little nursery and a bathroom up there. And we're kind of DIYing it, except for the plumbing. So that's been a huge learning experience, and I don't know. So they're coming. They went home for the snowstorm this week, and they're coming back on Saturday. And oh, drywall's going up. We have another inspector coming on Monday. They have to. This is just so silly, all these inspections, but we have to fill our shower pan with water, like so the shower pan that we put in. And we have to fill that with water and let it sit for 24 hours. And then the inspector has to come and be like, yep, there's still water in there. I guess you don't have a leak. So he's got to like come for like literally 2 minutes to be like, yep, you're fine, check mark. And then we can drain it and like move on. But so we're going to have to work around like all that water sitting in there. That's going to be annoying. But there's stuff on the outside of the bathroom that we can do too. But like, so silly. Yeah, Colleen's saying, oh, nice, add a bathroom is a huge convenience. Yeah, like right now, our house just has one bathroom. So the idea of like a whole nother bathroom, a second bathroom, is like, just like, makes me so happy. Just the anxiety of like, what if we need a bathroom or whatever, like, I don't know, that's just gonna be relaxing. And especially if we have like, if we have parents and stuff hanging out for a little while, and you know, at that time, then we'll have like the extra bathroom and all that. And it's something that we wish we would have done like right away, but never did. And so this was a nice excuse to do that. And man, we got some quotes though from contractors. Whew, they were at least 4 times the amount of what it's theoretically going to end up being for us. Like it was out of the realm of possibility, like having other people do it, and that's before they would find out all the craziness that we found out in our like what's going on with our old house here. Our house is from the 1940s. It's only been owned by like 2 other people. The first family being here like forever and doing a whole pile of DIY stuff on it. So it's been interesting. Interesting land of discoveries, that's for sure. So it's been taking a little bit longer with each discovery, and gosh, the walls are filled with, they're insulated with newspapers from the 1940s. So it's like just like it's the house is from 1946. So the papers are like from 1946, 47, and it's just like post World War II. People are coming back and building these houses, and it's fascinating to see what some of these articles are about in these newspapers that we've been pulling from the like roof. It's just so interesting. Like there was an ad with like an illustration and everything, and in ad speak like that, like, you know, 1940 talk, and saying like, oh, if you're just coming back from the war, you know, we just started the Minnesota National Guard, so you could help out with the new Minnesota National Guard to help train all these young men who didn't you know, weren't at war like you were, to see all the stuff and etc. So come and like use your skills, and you know, sign up on this sheet, on this little form below, and we'll send you more information on it. But like, you know, for the new National Guard that they just started, like, just that's so interesting. And I don't know, all the articles, and there's an old like Dayton's catalog in there, and It's just been so we could see like what like freezers cost in the 1940s, and actually it's a whole lot. It's about the same cost for a big chest freezer, but they're like the new thing then. It's just fascinating. We haven't had a ton of time to go through it all yet, and we're not like pulling it all out. And I mean, it's doesn't smell the best, and it's all like we don't want tons of it around. And you just touch it, and it falls apart. Oh, you should frame some as an ode to your house. So we might actually. John likes doing like collage art, so I think he's gonna collage some. We've also found when like the boys have been pulling apart the floors and stuff. They also found how are we doing over here? I'll do one more on this side. But they also found like parts of toys, like little like playing pieces and marbles and some little like cutout paper doll pieces and what was the other thing? Just like a little funny. A card from the game Sorry, like a number 3, and then it says Sorry on the other side. So that card said it was like printed, like it had a copyright on the card for the game, the game of Sorry, and it said like 1990 or something on that. So so those must be like the grandkids. Or some of like, who lived here in the 40s or whatever. So there must have been like a knot in the wall or something. Or in the floor that like kids just kept putting stuff into. Because they lift up the floorboard and then there's all these like marbles and stuff in there. Which is just so funny. So I think John might put together a little mini art piece with the Sorry card in the middle and then some of these, newspaper pieces and some of these marbles and that sort of thing. But the neat thing is that the Sorry card has the number 3 on, and there'll be 3 of us now, so it'd be like a perfect little cute little art piece to hang in the nursery or something, I think. Of just like, treasures from the house. Just fun. All right, we're not quite done here. I'm gonna do a little bit more, but I don't think we'll finish. And I didn't think we would, but we did take a big chunk out of this already. Like I said, with when you're dealing with just all these small little pieces, it does take forever. And now I'm getting to the pieces that are really, really messed up. I'm trying to grab the easy ones first. But it's going. I think we're gonna fill this whole thing. I wasn't sure. But I think we're gonna do it. But we'll go a hair longer here. We got at least 6 minutes here yet. Oh, Cassie Talk says, I'm honestly impressed at the lack of knots so far. I am keeping an eye on it. Like I am like when I'm gathering them together. Yeah, especially since it is such a like a knotty mass here, you'd think there'd be kind of more. Maybe there were some, but I haven't felt any yet. Which yeah, that's pretty good. Probably gonna jinx it right now. There, nope. Okay, let's do this bundle. Oop. Go. But so many like I'd love to read through everything that we take out of the closet, like those newspapers. Oh my gosh, what was the other one? There was literally a huge article, like someone took out a whole page ad that said like guns kill kids or something. Like it's something like super like provocative, right? And then I forget what it was talking about, but like I'm like, oh my god, these are like the same freaking issues from 1940 that we're still talking about today and stuff. It's just kind of crazy. But there was an old like movie poster ad, like coming into Minneapolis is like, whatever movie. with Katharine Hepburn and someone else, and just fascinating. I really want, like, we just haven't spent the time to go through it all. We almost need like a nice big flat surface, and like some gloves or something. It really, like, you touch it and it flecks apart. It just like, it's like powder almost. It just like, it's just tears immediately. So um, we need to look through it. My mom said we should contact the local historic society and see if they want to take any of it. But yeah, just some of those articles, like I was saying, like the new National Guard that was just started. You know, come help train these boys. And like the Nazi trials were going on. They were there's an article, like an op-ed about that. I haven't read through that one yet, but man, it's just something else for sure. Ooh, these are little pieces. I'm tackling that chunk that looked like a mess. Ugh, just piles of little baby pieces here. Ugh. I'll probably leave this out and finish it up sometime later this week or something. I don't know, just to get it done. I do want like this part of the project kind of like out of the way, like how we emptied the strawberry tray, our working tray. I want kind of all this stuff out of the way, and mostly just so I remember that that's what all this scrap was from this project. I want it to all be in this one pom-pom. So that's why I'll probably keep working on it for a little bit over the next few days. Look at all these little baby pieces I'm throwing in here. Piles of baby pieces. All right, let's wrap this around again. We're getting kind of thick. Go in this spot that seems like it doesn't have a lot in yet. We're definitely starting to fill this in, though. It's not quite, you know, that big moon, like circle shape on the inside anymore. Let's see, how are we comparing? Oh, pretty close. Keep going on this side. We're using like more pinks and purples on this side, although I don't know what's wrapped underneath there. We're getting there, though. But this is going to take like a whole nother hour probably to putz around with. Tedious, silly little thing we're doing, but I like it. Ugh, but look how futzy this is getting now with all these tiny pieces. I don't even know why I bother with these little ones, but they'll, you know, it'll be part of it. Let's get a big chunk. This green one looks like, not that big. So I'm trying to like hold on to this all and use my other fingers to help out. It's kind of awkward, but I think I'm getting it down. Yeah, exactly. Finishing all the projects for the arrival of your baby daughter. That's why I've been knitting too on that blankie, just to like get in the habit of doing that again and just chilling in the evenings and watching my phone and working on that a little bit just to put some time in. And like I said yesterday, it's been helpful having the knitting project is out and around, because like I'll do a task. Like if I'm not motivated to like do things for the day, I'll be like, okay, I'll do a task on my list and then I can knit a row. And then I can do another little task and then knit a row. So like, okay, I just gotta answer this email and then I can knit a row. So it's actually been really helpful for me to get stuff done lately. So I'm using it as a excuse tool. And it's helping me get a lot done. And then I'm just chilling in the evening and knitting on it. I did start, I was on that third blue when I shared it. I increase in one color and I decrease in another color. So in the decreases, all right, I just started the decrease. So I just switched over to pink, and I'm in the knitting the next color, which is nice. So now all the colors are in the blanket right now. There's 5. There's 2 different pinks and 3 different blues in it. The last pink color is in it now. Oh, am I feeling the baby move? I am. I'm not actually seeing it, so, and I don't know if John can really tell if it's moving or not yet. But yeah, definitely moving around a bunch. Swimming. Definitely stronger than it was a few weeks ago. But it's not like, I don't know, some of these videos that I'm seeing with, like, you can see like whole freaking giant arms and stuff moving around, like the surface surface moving around. I don't think it's to that point yet. So that's kind of fascinating. Oh, how do I detangle these? I just don't think they're that tangled to begin with. Like I'm kind of pulling them out one at a time like this. So it's kind of like when I separate my threads, when I can just like pull one strand apart from everything else. It's kind of a little bit like that. So I'm just kind of grabbing one. And I think this was all just stored nicely in a bag, and so I don't think it really had the opportunity to tangle a whole bunch, even though it looks a mess. But really, I think all the individual things aren't really all that apart. So all right, this is gonna be my last one for the night. It's already 9:33, but let's do this guy, and then I'll switch to the other side, and I'll call it an evening. But yeah, I'll probably just finish this on my own, just again, so I can clear the space of this project until March, when I'll like redo this. Like our whole table is gonna be ready for quilting. Oh, see here, I got a little thing happening. There we go. Yeah, so I want to finish. This is like part of the cleanup, basically. All right. But yeah, so I think we'll stop there for the night. I will be back on here. I'll flip you guys around here in a sec here. Okay, so hello. Here's our little dude so far. But yeah, so I will just finish this up so we can I can clear my table off, because this is gonna be machine quilting zone next. Not next week, but the week after. It'll be March, and we're gonna start doing that. And that'll be all machine quilting here. I think someone mentioned a long arm. I went by, though. I don't know if you're talking about this project. But nope, we're doing all the quilting here on my machine with my little extension table we'll have out. And remember, we're only quilting like 11-inch or like 10-inch pieces. We're not quilting a whole giant quilt, because we're doing the quilt as you go process. So we'll work on quilting all of those in week 1 of when I'm back in March. And then I'll move that sewing machine out of the way, get the other sewing machine out, the like steampunk sewing machine out, and that'll be our straight lines. We'll cut all these blocks, sew them together, and then start doing the hand stitching of it all. So I'm excited for all that. So again, this is my last night for a while, you guys. So I won't be here tomorrow or next week, but I will be back the week after that. Again, try and get onto our texting program. There should be a link below on like a link to sign up with your phone number and stuff. And then we will text you before we're on, not next week, but the week after, just as a reminder of like, oh yeah, it starts up again. So be sure to do that. And yeah, I will see y'all in a week and a day. Have a lovely evening, everyone, and I will see you then. Good night.